In this video, I'm going to go over our syllabus and Canvas page. But before we get started, we have our fact of the week, and it actually relates to the sun. And this is our fact of the week. The sun accounts for 99.86% of the mass of our entire solar system. Would you believe that? Talk about a dense star. So that's our fact of the week. Now, we're going to start with our Canvas page because we're going to look first at our syllabus. So please be so kind as to go into our Canvas, and this is us. And click here where it says Winter Online. That's our syllabus. I have it open, so let's check it out together. The first page is logistical information, where we have our class section, my name, my email. If you want to Zoom, please let me know. Here is a description of our class and our goals, our learning objectives. Please check those out. Next thing, we have our course intro, which I wrote. Welcome to English 101. I'm so happy to have you join our very own learning community of readers and writers. At its core, the thematic premise that undergirds our course is an attention to the human experience. As this is a composition class, the curriculum is scaffolded to link the action of writing as a social enterprise that constitutes an integral part of what we do as people. Moreover, we'll explore varied aspects that contribute to the human experience. This will include things such as culture, language, politics, and relevantly, our relationship with science and technology. We'll consider how the work of writing and, more broadly speaking, composition impel these things forward. Our adventure awaits us! First bit of news is that we have an OER as our source, and OER is an open educational resource. So this means you don't have to buy a book, and I'm going to show you where to access this OER on our Canvas page. Now, there is an opportunity for an extra credit essay for 60 extra credit points. If you're interested in doing that, then please get this book, Atomic Habits by James Clear. Let me show you what it looks like. So, Atomic Habits. Here it is, Atomic Habits by James Clear. So please get that one if you're interested. And we're going to tell you about that extra credit essay. So once again, in a nutshell, I'm going to provide everything on Canvas unless you want to do the extra credit. That's the only reason you'd have to get a book, which is Atomic Habits. Next thing, our materials. So, sorry, this does not apply for our class. So you're going to have to get some highlighters, obviously, online access, and access to your Canvas account. The reason I say highlighters is because with our readings, I recommend printing them out and highlighting. It's important to be an active reader and to respond in real time and to annotate and to write notes on the margins and mark your text up. It's so important. So you have that choice of printing it and using a highlighter, or get yourself a tablet and a stylus so that you can mark up your text and be an active reader. Next thing too is Netiquette, our online space. Our phrase happens to be remember the human. So when we communicate with one another, we must remember that there's a real life person on the other side of that. It's not just a disembodied avatar, but rather we are people. So always remember the human. And it's important that you treat one another with respect. And that goes from student to student, from student to teacher, and just all around. It's perfectly normal to disagree with an idea, right? But that does not give license to attack somebody or, proffer hate speech. So remember the human. That is our central, I guess we could say like our mantra for our netiquette. Next thing too, obviously there's going to be reading. It's a writing and composition class, so make sure to do it. Sometimes throughout our modules we'll have some reading quizzes just to keep you on your toes. If you did the reading, you'll be good. It'll be low stakes though, just to keep you on your toes. Basically, the way our work will go is that every week I'm going to have a module that I'm going to publish. Usually I'm going to do those on Sundays, so just make sure that you go ahead and complete the work in that module for the week. Some of the work will do things like quizzes, discussion boards, workshops, and then write-ups, things like that. I do my best to offer as many varied opportunities for writing. When we do have a discussion board, at least have a paragraph, right? At least something hearty, something substantial. The other thing too is to respond to one another's, at least one classmate's posts in order to get full credit in at least 2 meaty sentences. And that goes beyond, yeah, that's cool, or I agree. You want to impel the conversation forward, just like you do with your friends, right? Somebody mentions something, you like an aspect or detail of it, and you push it forward, right? Now, discussion boards can't be made up because that happens in real time and that closes, right? So it's important that you get the discussion board in on time. Here's another thing. We're going to have 2 current event write-ups. I'll explain what that is as we get to our first current events. But you can check it out if you'd like to get some preview. So for our class, we're going to have 3 main essays. First will be first 2, and then we'll have our research paper at the end. I was talking about the extra credit opportunity. So if you're interested, for 60 extra credit points, you're going to read this book, Atomic Habits, and you're going to select a habit that you want to adopt or one you want to get rid of, and how will you use what you learned from the book to achieve this, about how we form habits. At least 3 double-spaced pages. Make sure to follow correct MLA, which we'll cover in this class. Have a works cited page too. Next thing, just so you know, everything you're turning in is going through Turnitin. This is going to detect for plagiarism. So just FYI. We're also going to have a student chat room where you'll be able to communicate with one another. If maybe something is unclear, you want to reach out to one another. And for participation, obviously, be involved. You need to respond, and that's a big part of our class, is to be an active participant. Attendance. So it's an asynchronous class. It goes without saying. You need to actually log in and do the work in order to be in attendance. So I'll drop those that don't do the work on the first week and don't reach out to me, because all those consider those as no-shows. Next thing, we have tech support. This is their website and their phone number. It's an online class, so it is a really integral tool for our online class. Next thing, for submissions, make sure you put them in docx, or PDF. If you're using Google Docs, make sure to convert it into one of these beforehand, so no GDocs. Next thing, you can turn in 1 late paper and 1 late homework assignment. If you want to turn in the 1 late essay, that you have up to 2 days after its original due date. This is because life happens, I get it, and life throws curveballs at us. Some seasons are busier than others, so you could take advantage of this. For a late homework, you could turn it out up to 1 day after its original date, and this is with no penalty. Beyond that, any other essay that's turned in late will be 10% deduction. So I would save this for a time that you really need it. Please let me know when you want to use this if you need to. Revisions, you can revise your essays except for the last one, because the last one is the end of our semester, right? And for the revision, at least, number 1, work with our embedded tutor. Her name is Rena, and it's more than just crossing T's and dotting I's. You have to show significant changes and improvements, based on conferences that you have with our tutor, and use our writing center definitely, which we're going to get to in a moment. Plagiarism, do your own work. Don't have AI do your work. If indeed you get detected for plagiarism, then that'll be 0 points. I could go to the Office of Student Affairs and it could get messy. Just do your own work. Writing center, once again, it's a writing class, so use the writing center. And as I said, our tutor is named Rena, so please, she is so helpful, and reach out to her and take advantage of her help and of her presence. And if you're seeing this, Rena, thank you beforehand for your support. Student counseling, if you need to speak to somebody, sometimes life gets messy and hard and we just need to speak to someone. They're located here, Student Services, and 147. DSPS, if you have any accommodations that you need to get taken care of, then make sure to do that sooner than later, right? Our points, you can check those out. And I want to explain what our calendar looks like. So typically if there's something that like a major essay or major thing I'm assigning, that'll be at the top. And if something like major is due, I'll have that at the top as well. And then the to do. Basically for our class mainly, if you do the module for the week, that's really it insofar as organization goes. So just do the module for the weekend. You'll be good. That, my friends, is our syllabus, and this is our Doggy Max. He's happy we got to the end of our syllabus. So let's now go ahead and check out our Canvas briefly. And so first thing you'll see is the welcome letter. Hopefully you should have received that already in our announcements. Here's my communication plan. It's a flyer that I created. Basically, goes over how I communicate with you every week. I'm going to make videos every week, and also, you want to reach out to me, you could do so through email, inbox, but mainly email. And like I said, I'll make videos for each module. Make sure to check those out. It's important that you use your Citrus address. Always be checking that. You'll be interacting with one another through things like discussion boards and workshops in our chat room too. And once again, if you want to set up a Zoom meeting, please let me know. Next thing that we have on our Canvas page, one second, let me go back here. Here's our syllabus, just in case you wish to look at it. In fact, always be looking at it. One thing I recommend is that you buy yourself a wall calendar. Happy New Year, by the way, everybody. Get a wall calendar, write your deadline so that you can anticipate them as they come closer. So here's the OER. This is our open educational resource. It is free. So even though I'm going to do my best to cover what you need to know, this here, our OER, has things that, if you want a little bit more info about, for example, like organizing, you can click that and check what it says about that. So it's a free guide. All right, next. Oh, here is the homepage for our writing center. Check that out. This is our team building activity. This is ongoing. It's not for points, but if you want to share something like a picture of your pet chameleon, of your pet cat, or maybe you made it to the top of a mountain on your hike and you want to share that picture, or a funny meme or something like that, let us know a little bit more who you are, right? Of course, within reason, something appropriate. Let me show you how you would do that. So it's really easy. You just hit reply, as you saw me do. Let's say I wanted to find, my favorite cat is British Shorthair. So let's say we wanted to pull up a picture of a British Shorthair. Okay, this one looks cute. So let's say that you have the file saved already. Excellent. It, my friends, is as simple as you can just drag it in, really. That's it. So drag it in, and you can give him a name. You can be like, let's check this out. I'm your class cat. And say, give me a name. Oh, give me a name. And this, did you know you can make a cat, guys? You can go like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. Bam! That is our cat. So that's how to share an image if you want to share like your pet or like I said, a picture or something like that. Allow us to know you more. Other thing, this looks so AI, doesn't it? This looks like it's AI. But anyway, that's cool. It looks like, it still looks cool. I want to show you next how to upload a video. Like for example, hockey. I like hockey, so oh, that looks pretty graphic. Oh, sorry. I guess the kitty is hurt. So, oh. Anyway, so let's say we want to look at LA Kings. This was a recent game. So let's go to the video. Oh, by the way, this is a cool logo. So the Kings went back to their retro logo. It looks real cool. So anyways, what we want to get is the embed code. So you go to share. You go not here, because this is just the link to this actual website. But you go here where it says embed. And then you want to copy this whole embed code. Oh, I shouldn't have pressed cut there. Let's try one more time. We want to copy. Once you do that, if let's say you want to put a video, then you go to insert, you go to embed, you paste the embed code, and then you hit reply. So that is how you do a video. This will be ongoing. It's not for points. It's just community building. So that is that. Next thing that we have, oh, of course, is how our modules look. This will be this week's module. As you can see, of course, you're looking at this video. That's the first step. Next thing, obviously, for this week, we have our icebreaker. Part of Netiquette is having your picture. So as you can see, that's the first task. Click here where it says account, then go to profile, and then click this picture if you haven't uploaded your picture yet. You can even have your little bio there. Tell us, hey, what's your name? You have a major interesting fact about you. If there's anything you'd like to share, you can have a picture. Maybe you do something like, I don't know, you ride bicycles and you have a picture of your most recent bike trip or something you want to share, or like a video. Now you know how to do it. Also reply to at least one classmate's post, please. Okay, next thing that we have for this week's module, this quiz contract, please take it after you've watched this video, because it's like frequently asked questions for our class, so please go ahead and do that. As you can see, for the most part, things will be due Sunday unless stated otherwise. Not everything, but you know, Sunday's the day that I'll post the new module, and oftentimes things will be due. So next thing too, we have our grammar lesson, clauses, transitions, and paragraphs. Oh my. Here are the corresponding documents for that. Please check out these videos. I recommend, if you can take notes. Next thing, my friends, this is the discussion board that goes with our grammar assignment. I explain it in the lesson, so please check that out. And here is our materials. Just make sure to go through this. We are going to have MLA, thesis statement, conclusion paragraph, and always I provide our corresponding documents. Here's the thesis assignment and this one. So please check that. That is what we have for this week. So every week, like I said, I'm going to have a module for the week. Just make sure to complete that. All right, lastly, make sure you always check announcements. In fact, make sure to turn on the notification so you can always be told when we have announcements. So I think, well, from your end, it might look a little different, but make sure you turn that on. Lastly, we have our embedded tutor page. Make sure to check that. That's where you can get help and connect with Rena, and that's where Rena will be able to connect with you all. Next thing, here's our chat room, and I can say welcome. I can say hello, welcome to bienvenue to English 101. And we could put a face. I don't know. Or maybe, ooh, this globe looks cool. Awesome. Okay, so that is that. You can always check your grades here. Thank you for watching the video. You've taken the first step. See you all online.